Hopefully the roads are open.
It's not a gate, but might as well be.
Those with fear of heights, beware.
This is the part of van life that I guess isn't as glamorous. Wow, what an unexpected adventure. Today we're in the capital of New Mexico, which is Santa Fe. We've got some errands to run, including picking up a package, restocking on all of our groceries before we head out for some more camping. But before we do that, we are going to show you around this really cute historic town.
We've been to Santa Fe a couple of times now. We absolutely love this little town. It has really great food. I had some of the best mole of my life. That is the best thing I have ever put into my mouth. Oh my God. There's a lot of shops. It's very artistic. We're gonna make our way over to the plaza now. This might be a sign that Gertie needs a bullhead.
I'm standing in the middle of the historic Santa Fe Plaza right now. This is also the terminus for the El Camino Real and has been a popular place and in use for over 4 centuries. And it's known as the heart of New Mexico, serving as a commercial, social, and cultural hub as well. And today it still is used for lots of those purposes, including commercial. There are a lot of vendors here along the sides that sell their goods, jewelry, and lots of other things that they make. So I think we gotta go check them out.
Emily, what did we just stumble upon? These are my friends. For those of you that don't know, burros are my spirit animal.
The next stop is the famous Loretto Chapel, which you see behind me here. I never heard of it before until my brother and sister-in-law told us about it after they saw it on Unsolved Mysteries. Because inside the chapel is a very mysterious staircase that they can't figure out exactly how it was built. It makes 2 full 360-degree turns, doesn't have a center support, and wasn't built with nails or glue. It's actually built in the mid-1800s after the sisters who lived here prayed for a way to reach the upper loft, and a carpenter showed up and built the staircase. To this day, they don't know who exactly that carpenter was, and it's said that maybe it was even a saint. So let's go in and see what this chapel is all about.
To solve the problem of the stairway to the choir loft, the sisters made a novena to Saint Joseph.
Hi! Package acquired.
What is this again?
It's my skincare.
Stuff.
My stuff.
I almost hit this, almost had an accident.
Oh no.
I didn't realize how low that roof was. And I backed in and luckily someone honked at me.
That would have been
This
embarrassing.
would have been a bad day. Thank you to that person.
Oh geez. All right, let's go get groceries, huh?
Yeah.
All right, package acquired, grocery shopping complete. Just gotta put all this stuff away. And real quick, also just want to talk about how we get packages on the road, because when you are living on the road, it's definitely a little bit trickier. Luckily, we have friends and family back home that check our mail for us and receive other types of packages that we get. But when we need to get something like while we're on the road, while we're traveling and it can't wait until we make a pit stop at home, being able to pick it up is super important. So there's a couple of different ways that we do that. First thing, and probably something that is something most people are familiar with, is an Amazon locker. So we'll find an Amazon locker where we can get stuff. Another way is like if we need gear at like REI or somewhere like that, we'll actually have the gear shipped to a local store and then we'll go pick it up. And then the third way is at a UPS store or something like that. So today when I picked up my skincare, because it's not something you can buy on Amazon or REI or a place like that, I actually had to get it shipped to a UPS store for pickup. It was supposed to be here last Thursday. Today is Tuesday, and it didn't show up, so we had to kind of change plans, which was fine. But when you do have something shipped to a UPS store and you're not a customer of theirs and like you don't have like a mailbox, then you actually have to pay a fee to pick it up. In most cases, it's $10. So luckily, the skincare that I ordered is free shipping, and I just kind of chalk it up to like basically $10 for shipping. There are other ways you can get mail and packages on the road. That works for us. Now I'm gonna put all these groceries away, and we are going to go find camp for tonight. Hopefully in a national forest that is not too far away from here. Someone please tell me why I'm seeing that there is a random screw in our fridge. Where this goes, Brian will have to figure out. Here, babe. Where does that go?
To the fridge. That's what holds the fridge in.
Does it need to be in there right now?
We'll get it at camp. I got other chores to do too. Oh, well, we were not expecting this kind of terrain. We're really climbing an elevation. Got some snow on the ground. You can see Santa Fe way over there. Hopefully this camp area we're coming to, hopefully the roads are open. Campfire's dead out. Which way you want to go?
I don't know. We can go right or left. I don't see a gate either way, so that's good.
Let's go this way first.
Oh no! Okay, well it's not a gate, but might as well be.
And guess who decided not to bring the chainsaw again?
Shoot.
Alright.
It's cool back here though.
It is.
We'll find something.
We will. We haven't seen anybody yet. It's options. Alright, not even 100 yards down the road from that fallen tree. I think we found home for the night. Let's get the true test though.
Well, this worked out great. This is a totally sweet spot. We're on National Forest land, just outside of Los Alamos. You can actually see it behind me. Great view. You can also see Santa Fe up against the mountains over there. And then we are just outside of a national monument that I have been wanting to explore since last time we were in New Mexico last year. So this is going to be a cool couple of days.
How's this for a restaurant view? Check out that sunset.
Tonight's dinner, we've got a chicken shawarma bowl, chicken, kalamata, cucumber, tomato, quinoa, some mixed greens, tzatziki, and feta.
Keep that stinky cheese out of my food.
You don't like feta?
Mm-mm.
What's your problem?
It stinks.
No, who's with me? Leave a comment below. What do you think? You guys like feta?
I'm not team stinky cheese.
Who's team stinky cheese? Good morning. We are at a national monument 10 minutes down the road from where we were camping that we have wanted to come to since we were in New Mexico last year. This is Bandelier National Monument, and it's well known for its cliff dwellings that were still intact. So we just went in and checked in the visitor center, and I had to ask how it was pronounced because the spelling of Bandelier is very similar to my maiden name being French and ending with IER. And if you know how French like to pronounce things, that would mean that the pronunciation of Bandelier should actually be Bandelier. And so I asked the nice park ranger here, and he said it's actually an ironic story that it is pronounced Bandelier because they were afraid that Anglo-Americans would not be able to pronounce Bandelier. They actually were originally going to name this plateau Pajarito, which stands for Rising of the Land, but they were also afraid that Anglo-Americans would not be able to pronounce the silent J in Pajarito, so that's how they decided to name it Bandelier. And it's still mispronounced today. So, a little history lesson, but we're going to hit the trail here and hopefully go see some cool cliff dwellings.
Yeah. We haven't even been on this trail for 2 minutes and we've already spotted a bunch of cliff dwellings up there. It doesn't look like you can hike up there, but I'm excited for what's down the trail. So this structure behind us is known as a kiva. It's where they used to gather for religious and just ceremonies. They're still used today, but this would have been covered by a roof back in the day. It's pretty cool to see what people did way back then. Small room. These rocks and all the features are so cool. We've seen a lot of different types of rock formations, but I don't think we've ever seen anything quite like this. So this is the longhouse here. You can see where there used to be a roof. All these holes had lumber coming out, and then some really cool petroglyphs up on the wall. There's even a turkey.
Is that a dog? It's a dog.
And then look at that really cool old plate. I don't know, what would you call that?
I think it's a pictograph. I could be wrong. What is it with color?
But it has that native pattern to it.
Yeah, I know, but I think it's not a petroglyph. I think it...
We'll have to look that up.
Or somebody let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Well, we got a bonus hike, and it says those with fear of heights, beware. I don't even like getting on top of the van, so we'll see how this goes.
First one done.
One down, 3 to go. That's pretty fun.
Oh my gosh, you guys, Brian's allergies have been insane.
It's fun.
We made it to the top of the alcove house here. It was pretty cool when we got up here. Sorry, Brian sneezing again. It's pretty cool when we got up here. There were 2 archaeologists who were answering some questions that we had, about who lived up here. I asked if maybe it was leaders because it's so high up. And they actually said that really there wasn't a lot of hierarchy back in the day. They wanted to kind of have everybody on an even playing field. And so they aren't exactly sure who in the tribe lived up here. But it is definitely different than all the other places that we saw. Such a hike to get up here, but the views are insane. And behind me over here, there's another kiva that they used for social and religious gatherings. They said there were probably also some turkey pens up here to store turkeys. And turkeys and dogs actually were the only domesticated animals that they had. But what a cool thing to be up here and just seeing how they used to live. Pretty special. Now we gotta make it down.
Oh,
Don't have a sneezing attack on a ladder, babe.
that's going to be the tough part, I think.
Ooh.
Going down.
Why did you run ahead of me?
I want snacks.
Yeah, did you get the snacks?
Chocolate covered almonds. Beaver nuggets.
How are those still left?
They might be gone after today. So, obviously I have some really bad allergies. I have for a while now. Anybody else there get like this insane craving for like sugar when they have allergies? Hay fever, stuff like that? This is like crack right now. Do I look like a raccoon when I eat?
Yes. After we left Bandelier, we drove through Hema Springs, which is such a cool area up in the mountains. It's beautiful. There's all sorts of hot springs there, but we decided to continue on. There's really not a lot of options for camping there this time of year because it's winter and all of the National Forest Service roads and campgrounds are closed, and especially because we need water. We are completely out of water. We got a dry tank. So we're continuing on, and this is the part of van life that I guess isn't as glamorous as it might always seem. It is almost 4 o'clock, and we have no idea where we're staying tonight. We need water, so we've got to find a campground or an RV park or a gas station or something, and we're just going to keep driving. Where we'll end up, your guess is as good as ours.
We've actually gone 8 full nights dry camping in between water fill-ups, which I believe is a record for us, but it also means that we are bone dry. So luckily we found a potable water source. We're gonna get filled up and see what we can find down the road, hopefully camping. We decided to drive on a couple more hours, a little further than we wanted to, but we knew there would be a spot if we did keep moving, and check out this view.
Here just in time for sunset. I've actually been here before. Ooh, Wes is coming in hot. Hold on. Come here, Wes. Come on. Come here. We spent quite a few nights here last year when we were going through New Mexico, and the Badlands here are just breathtaking. I'm so glad that we decided to push on and sleep here tonight. You, babe? He says yes too. And he finally stopped sneezing because he ate a bunch of Skittles. So I don't know how that works, but seems like he makes pretty good excuse to eat some Skittles.
Don't listen to her. Lies. Lies. You know where my Skittles are?
You ate them all, babe. All of them.
Good morning. It's a really beautiful day today here at camp. There's no wind, sun's out, it's mild. It's kind of funny, yesterday when we were driving down the highway trying to figure out where we were going to camp for the night, we passed an old weathered, sun-beaten county sign that just happened to have an arch, like an arch you would see in Utah, delicate arch, printed on the sign. We're like, huh, never heard about that before. So we did a little bit of research, and in fact, there is an arch, or a couple arches, about an hour from where we're camped. So we are on a mission to go find that arch or those arches this morning. But first, gotta have the coffee. Still have a little bit of the allergies, but a little bit better today. Let's go arch hunting.
Well, this looks like a cool trailhead, and there's only one car in the parking lot. So hopefully that means we can get a little arch action all to ourselves.
Heck yeah. Wes is gonna hold down the fort. This trail has some scrambling.
All right, we gotta make our way up there somewhere.
I had a dream last night. I dreamt that I was swimming in the stars up above.
All right.
Directionless and drifting, and somewhere in the dark.
Looks like it's gonna fall any day.
Does, huh? Oh, have the first scramble. I see the arch. That is where we are headed.
Time, love. Time,
Definitely not dog friendly.
time, love.
Wow, babe, you're really strong to hold that rock up.
Time, love.
Oh,
It's
Scramble.
only a change.
Just like that, we're here. Sorry for the heavy breathing. It's all uphill, but. Whew.
I see a glimpse through here.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet?
No.
I need to get your first reaction.
Okay. Ah. Wow. This is pretty spectacular, and I really cannot believe we're the only ones here. If we were to go one state over, there'd probably be 100 people surrounding us. So this is pretty special.
Love. Time, love. Time, love. Time, love. It's only a change of time.
Wow. What an unexpected adventure, all because we saw a county sign on the side of the road.
In the words of the great Bob Seger, I can go east, I can go west. It's all up to me to decide. We're really not sure where we're going to end up tonight, but one thing we are sure of, we absolutely love you, New Mexico. We really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, hype, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next adventure out there.
Bye.
They've really cracked down on camping out here the past few years.
Think got that done just in time. It is huge. I mean, those are probably the tightest switchbacks I've ever seen. This will. All right, Gertie. Go, Gertie, go.
I could make it if I tried. I close my eyes.